Well, I think almost everyone has a all actors have a different instrument. They're people, and the instrument is their ability to sort of umbilically connect to an audience. They have to find that kind of emotional or behavioral sustenance. The audience allows an actor to move them. You don't do it. You can't get an audience that's unwilling to be moved. You can't move them so you have to help them by creating a scene that around the actors that feels real and it's transportive, that takes you to the place that the story needs to. The way the light feels on them, the clothing that they wear, whether there's smoke or whether all those things help the audience.
Is that why you sometimes or often in your work do many takes to?
No, shooting a lot of takes. There are philosophically, I just feel like an actor looks more at home in the skin of the character, the more times they get to physically do the things that are required of the scene. If somebody's supposed to come in, drop off their computer bag and their jacket and their scarf, and it's supposed to look like they've done it 1,000 times because they've lived in this apartment for 10 years. The more times you get them to do that, the more at home they're going to look in that action. It's going to be more boring to them. And I want to take, oftentimes you have to sort of coax an actor beyond what they've prepared for you and get them bored with that so that they can do it without thinking about it and till they come back around to that, okay, now I'm doing this for the second time, but the physical part of it I've already mastered. I already know how to do that in my sleep. And so now I can concentrate on exactly the right inflection or exactly the right intonation so that I can deliver a very nuanced verbal performance.
How come you chose to work some parts here?
The story just seemed, I don't think that these characters exist outside of Sweden. I think they're very Swedish characters. And transplanting this story to Montreal because they get snowfall.
What is specifically Swedish then?
I think that the sexual relationship that's described, I think that the notion of a sort of crusading journalist who's aware that fascism doesn't have a political face anymore, that it really has a financial face, that it hides itself, that's where it's cloaked. It's moved to the business section of the newspaper, it's off the front page. I think that's a very Swedish idea.